This, in fact, taking place because of the partial shutdown of two major treatment plants of the city, the Chandrawal and Wazirabad plants, that in fact have caused by high quantity of ammonia in raw water in the Yamuna river. Now, the ammonia level in the water has risen due to high quantities of industrial waste that is actually being dumped into the Yamuna, and this is much above the safe limit of 0.2 ppm. Now, the areas that will actually face water shortage include lieutenants in Delhi, East Delhi, Northeast Delhi, New Delhi, North Delhi, but the area that will be most vulnerable and the most affected is going to be South Delhi. And our correspondent Rishika Barua now joins us live. Rishika, we understand that Arvind Kejriwal has just very recently made this promise of free water. But now with the shutdown of all of this, with the rising levels of ammonia, what is the government actually going to do to ensure that that the water is clean, and also that this industrial the sewage and everything that's being dumped in the water actually stops?
Well, the problem really starts at the point that, Delhi is in fact not self-sufficient when it comes to the water supply that is in fact needed. There is definitely no balance between the demand and the supply, the demand obviously being much higher. As a result of which, in order to meet the rising demand of water in Delhi, water is in fact sourced from Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. The main source of pollution in the current levels of the Yamuna is in fact coming from Panipat, as we are being told by the Delhi Jal Board. And it is from the Panipat Industrial area, in fact, that the pollution level in the water is so high that the ammonia levels are a good 1 point above what the permissible limits are, as a result of which the Wazirabad water treatment plant, where I'm standing right now, and the Chandrawal water treatment plant, which is also very close to this particular area, have temporarily been shut down till the levels of ammonia can in fact be brought down, within the permissible limits. Because if these water treatment plants were to function in the current capacity of pollution in the water, then the plant and the machinery in the plant would completely would be completely worn out. As a result of these two plants shutting down, as you rightly mentioned, areas of South Delhi, areas of North Delhi, eastern parts of Delhi, northeastern parts of Delhi, even Lutyens Delhi are likely to be affected in the next coming days, because only 50% of the water that is in fact only 50% of the water that is usually sent to these places will be sent. So clearly huge paucity of water that Delhiites are going to be seeing in the coming few days. As far as the Delhi government is concerned, well, they had made the promise of 700 liters of free water, which obviously is not going to be able to be fulfilled, at least in the next coming few days.
Right.
But having said that, Arvind Kejriwal's government had raised some very pertinent issues regarding the Delhi Jal Board, regarding the way water is in fact dispersed and managed in the capital city, which at this point in time are very relevant and hold true. He talked about mismanagement of water. He talked about the fact that insufficient pipelines have been laid out in Delhi. He's talked about water leakages, water thefts, etc. So these are issues that he had in fact brought
Right.
up in the manifesto. These are issues that the Aam Aadmi Party has been talking about, which is very important to note at this point in time, because in the light of these two plants shutting down, while there is going to be a huge paucity of water that the capital is going to see, it is also to do with the fact that pipelines are not laid down properly. There are leakages on the way. There are thefts, water theft that
Right.
is predominant in the capital, which further enhances the water woes that the capital is seeing. And it is a very alarming situation, because if this situation were to arise in the summer months, when water
Right.
when the demand for water is much higher, then one would, shudder to imagine what would actually happen.
Absolutely, Rishika Barua, thank you for bringing us that update. This is as Delhi's water woes actually continue.